At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
A reason to buy jewelry? You don't need one. Gift yourself the modern classic piece you've always had your eye on at BlueNile.com. Blue Nile's collection of high-quality diamond jewelry is ready to complement your every look. Show off your elegant taste with a pair of diamond studs, or serve up brilliant style in a traditional tennis bracelet, shipped right to your door. Reward yourself with a piece you've always wanted at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
Welcome to Post Game Podcast. I'm your host, June, and we have our Central Division Showdown show. Got some distinguished guests that are here regularly on each Monday. But before we get into that, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube and make sure you're following us on all the aggregators. Make sure you hit that notification bell so when we drop content, you'll get an alert and download those episodes. We're going to go right around the room. I want everybody to introduce themselves and tell them what they got going. We'll start with you, Tate. Tate, how you doing there, sir?
What's up, June? What up, Foss? What up, fellas?
What up?
Yo.
I'm here to say something I ain't said all year or that much in the past month and a half, man.
Oh, Lord.
Here the Cleveland Cavaliers coming off of losing 4 out of 5. I mean, 4 straight. We got some get right back yesterday against Utah, but it's been alarming. Some of the losses. I think I have some reasons as to why the losses happened, as to what they can do to kind of course correct. But we get into that once the show gets started. But yeah, shout out everybody, Central Division Podcast. I'm the homie Tate representing the That's Rather Cavalier podcast on Fan Sports Network, as far as Cleveland Cavaliers. So yeah, back at you, June.
Man, this guy's a jerk that just made this comment. My Chicago peoples, introduce yourself to the people.
Ricky Sway, Sports Life and Hip Hop.
This is Zeke, also Sports Life.
What up, though? And the other half of Bleachers and Speakers and Post Game Podcast, B. Foster.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
Tate, you mentioned your teams this week had a bad struggle. I couldn't wait till they struggled for a week. I got tired of you. I honestly got tired of you coming in here every week and say, "Oh, we was undefeated this week," and I just wanted a couple losses, but I didn't think you'd get lose 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And I looked at the record and I said, "Damn, that's still a hell of a record, 57-14." And you just lost 4. That is crazy. But I'll let you tell it, what's going on. You said you had a theory about it. We can jump right into it and just, tell us what happened.
Yeah, man. Like I said, 4 straight losses. First time this year they had 2-3 game losing streaks. So that's 10 games right there in losing streaks, just like it's like about 43 games in win streaks this season. So they either hot or cold, right? Yeah. But far as this last losing streak went, the Cavs are on a 5-game West Coast road trip. I believe they finish it up next against Portland.
Yep.
That might be tomorrow night.
Yep.
The March Madness has been playing one of the first round set of games there in Cleveland. But as far as My reason is behind it. The Cavs played Orlando the first game at home. That's the game they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Then they jumped out west, and I believe they played Sacktown, lost that. They played the Clippers first, lost that. Then they played Phoenix, lost that, and they lost one more in that stretch. That's 3 losses. Anybody remember the other loss?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, I think I said Phoenix. Phoenix, Sacktown, the Clippers, and somebody else they lost to.
It
Don't even matter, but
It wasn't the Wizards, was it?
Yeah, no. The 4-game losing streak, Orlando was 4.
That was the first.
And they played 3 games in 4 nights. So they actually have won 1 of 4 games on the West Coast road trip. They finish up tomorrow against Portland. But they've been playing some hungry teams out west that are fighting for playoff positioning, playoff seeding. So those teams were coming into it with that sense of urgency that I think the Cavs have lacked because they're just so far out in front. I mean, now it's viable, but they are hitting another 4-game losing streak for Boston to catch them. But now it's more viable. They was up 8.5. Now they only up 5 games. So they need to turn around, get to the winning ways. Some of the things that happen is they've started slow in every game. They've been out hustled, and teams are kind of have dissected the Cavs. They're missing a lot of shots too. Let's just go there first. For all the shots they're making, leading the league in 3-pointers, they're missing a lot of quality looks from behind the arc. But defensively, they've been lax because teams have discovered, and I won't say it's a discovery because it was James Harden against the Clippers.
They've been playing phenomenal ball, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, now follow me here. It was DeRozan against Sacktown, and it was KD against the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
So what teams are doing is they hunting Evan Mobley in the pick and roll. And DeRozan cooked him, Harden cooked him, and KD cooked him. And KD the same height as him. So, his length don't really have an effect on KD. But what teams has realized is Evan Mobley and his odds for his way up in odds for Defensive Player of the Year, he's dropped slightly below Vegas odds, slightly below Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I see that, but he is. Vegas want people to put money on it, right? But what teams have discovered is he's one of the best help defenders in the league. So you got Jared Allen, guarding the basket, and Evan Mobley is free to step in the paint, cause disturb players that are driving to the basket. Now you got to get by the player defending the ball. You got to get by Evan Mobley coming at your shot. Then the last line of defense is Jared Allen.
Yeah.
So teams have been seeking him in the pick and roll to get him to play one-on-one against elite scorers. So, like I said, DeRozan cooked him, Harden definitely cooked him, and KD is KD. So them 3 and 3 are your best ISO players in the league right there. So I don't think it's necessarily a thing. I think teams will try it. Like he's guarded Jason Tatum before and fared okay. You know what I mean? Them guys with that handle though, and that first step to get to the basket, like Harden, like DeRozan, and KD don't gotta get to the basket. He can pull up on you because your 7-foot frame, he's 7 foot, so that's equal. And we know KD's a shot maker, so I think the Cavs have to make that adjustment. Or what they gonna do defensively? Maybe they play some type of 2-1-2 zone or something, so players can just play an area and switch. And maybe you put Evan Mobley at the top of it. I don't know. That's like Kenny Atkins.
I had a question for you. Do you like DeAndre coming out for the second unit? He's a starter. He's a starter guy. He's definitely a starter, but he's in the second unit. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's matchup dependent. I know they like Strus. They got chemistry with Strus from being there for the past couple of years. He's like a glue guy. They're both 3-point shooters. I think it's matchup based. I think if they come into the playoffs and play Boston is one of the teams, and teams with elite wings, you can't put Max Strus out there against Orlando, right? I mean, because with Wagner and Banchero and they big, that's a big team. You got to have DeAndre Hunter out there. So I think it's matchup based. I'd like to see DeAndre Hunter in the starting lineup. I think part of it is maybe they want him to qualify for the sixth man of the year if he has a chance. Like, I think once he plays majority of his games as sixth man of the year, then I think maybe they'll try and ease him to the starting rotation.
He can win it. I mean, he was coming from Atlanta. He started. He only played six man for 20 games. He can still win six man.
No, he's played six man. He started the first 2 games. He played six man for Atlanta all year. So, yeah, he came into Cleveland still playing that role. So I think that might be part of it because he's definitely makes us a better defensive team. I don't think we lose much in 3. You lose some in playmaking, with Max Strus, that connectivity guy, that extra playmaker on the court, but you gain everything in defense and rebound and everywhere else. So I'm definitely with playing DeAndre Hunter. And I think these are things that they got like 13, 14 games to figure it all out. If they 57 and 14, they got 11 games to figure it out.
Okay.
Over in Chicago, matter of fact, everybody in the division, the last 10 have either a 500 record or a winning record. Even with even with Cleveland losing 4 out of 5, they're still 6-4 their last 10. The Pistons are 5-5, but the Chicago Bulls are 7-3 for their last 10. Fellas, what's been going on over there in Chicagoland?
Kobe, player of the week, Kobe White.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He been killing, and he didn't get the memo that we trying to tank. So
not only that, Montas is shown that he's on the horizon. He's all-star potential.
He had a dunk versus the Lakers. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that Euro step on Reeves, that was nasty.
That was nasty.
The Bulls, even though they didn't get the memo about tanking. The thing is that Billy is giving Montas free reign. He's giving him the minutes. He's giving him an opportunity. So not only when you get the opportunity, he wants to flourish, and it's a teaching moment when he sits him down as well, because there's a couple of times that Billy Donovan sits him down.
He's talked about that post game too.
I mean, if I'm going to go there with you guys, but Josh Giddey has also been hooping, and I don't know if it's because he's waiting on that ink to come out, you know what I'm saying, to sign that contract. Mm-hmm. And as a Bulls fan, we know that we can, pay our players. So, I mean, at the end of the way he's playing like he wants to get paid. So you got Josh Giddey, Kobe, and Montas. They all under 25. That is a good core to start with.
I thought last week you said we didn't have a core.
Well, we do have a core. We do.
Win a few games, that changes, man.
Yeah. And we're doing it on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So unlike Tate and his Cleveland Cavalier boys, they couldn't win on the West Coast. We're actually winning out West, you know? So, I mean, Billy's doing a great job, and Kobe is definitely asserting himself. And you know what I'm saying? He's asserting himself out there in the game. Like, he's showing that he could be a top tier, a second tier player, second tier level player. You know
I agree with that.
So, and I mean, if you got Josh Giddey hooping the way he is, and Montas showing that he's got potential, and Kobe, and we got to give shout out to Pay, because he's been on the Kobe White bandwagon from the beginning.
Well, we know why. But.
Yeah, we know why, but. It's also
it's only because of North Carolina. We know that. Like you said.
And all the hell to with Pay.
I thought they were cousins at first. I'm like, he going pretty tough for him, but now I realize it's the North Carolina thing. But.
Yeah. But the Bulls have 3 guys at the age 25 and under, and that's a good start to do something with. And you know what? Maybe going to the playoffs is not a bad thing, because it's definitely it's a learning experience. You get a learning experience, and I know
y'all been learning about 4 years, ain't you?
I mean, we have.
In high school and college, that's called graduation.
Super senior.
You know what? I'm glad. You know what? I'll go later on. I'll say my thoughts on the playoffs. But overall, this week has been a good week for us, and they're definitely showing that Josh Giddey and those 3 guys are definitely formidable.
Trust me, man. There's no guarantees with tanking. Do not tank. We've gotten the number 5 pick a couple years in a row, and we tank. So don't do it. If you lose, you lose. But yeah, don't. Anyway, Foster, your Detroit Pistons have won game number 40 just yesterday. Haven't won 41 games since 2018, I believe. How you feeling over there, and what's going on with the Pistons? They've been 5-5 in the last 10. No Cade last night on the floor.
Yeah, we got it done despite the fact that Cade and Tim Hardaway didn't play yesterday. But overall, we were 3-1 on the week. Kind of a rocky week. We had a couple, what we would consider gimme games, but they made us fight for all of them. Outside of the Pelicans the first time, we beat them by 40 points. We definitely let them have it. Simone Fontecchio had this magical 8 for 9 effort, 5 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
So that was a good game. I think that was on Monday when we were recording.
Well, we were on the air, yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. But I think the highlight of the week was certainly that the Miami game where they didn't have Andrew Wiggins that came down to the wire, and Cade Cunningham was able to glass a 3-pointer at the buzzer over Bam Adebayo, who had the game of his life. He looked like Hakeem the Dream out there. He was he was not missing.
He had 30 after three quarters. He had 30.
Yeah. Tyler Hero had a pretty good game, as he normally does against us. But once again on national television, and we were able to earn another national televised game. I think we have OKC coming up in OKC, which is going to be on ESPN. That's going to be that might get dark, but we did but our one blemish on the week was a weird game against Dallas where we allowed PJ Washington and Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, this is a team that barely has enough players to support a full roster to play. But we managed to lose that game. But we're a resilient bunch. We tend to bounce back pretty well. So like June said, Cade didn't play on yesterday on Sunday, and Tim Hardaway injured his ankle. But we got a pretty good effort off the bench from some guys that don't necessarily play a whole lot of minutes. Ron Holland, he's 19 years old. I want to say Beasley said that he's the first player to have. The first teenager to have 25, 5 and 5 with 0 turnovers. Somehow Ron Holland, who me and June was just talking about how much he
will give it away.
Yeah, but was that the Dallas game, or I think we won
just about every game I've watched with him.
Yeah, but there was one particular game where he offensively he's starting to find himself. He's starting to realize that once he gets a full head of steam and he gets downhill, like they're going to either foul him or he's going to make a strong effort to finish. So, he's getting more and more comfortable and taking advantage of guys, missing some games and the future's looking bright with us. Like I said, he's not going to be 20 years old until July, I believe, either July or August. So, very good to see. He's played his role pretty well, just as a hustle guy that plays defense. But we need some spark off the bench. Malik Beasley has been kind of iffy, shaky, but our team is pretty deep overall. Sasser, who's essentially our number 3 point guard, had a pretty good game as well. I'll be interested to see if JB can try to find some opportunities for him and Schroeder to play together, because they are two undersized guards. But Sasser is a great scorer. He's a good, microwave, guy to, give us some spark off the bench. So the team is looking real deep going into the playoffs, and we need it because Asar Thompson and Tim Hardaway have not given us a whole lot offensively, and we've needed some extra buckets for sure.
You mentioned Ron Holland earlier, and he was teammates with Matas in the G League, and I actually wanted that pick to go to Matas instead of Ron Holland. I did, but hey, it is what it is. I never pick right. It still remains to be seen what's going on with that.
I think that Buzella's talent wise, certainly at the beginning of the year appeared to have more tools, but I think Ron Holland, like especially just the way he's kind of gelled in and meshed with Duran and all the other guys, I think that he definitely embodies the spirit that is Detroit and that gritty defensive mindset.
He's had some almost fights. Yeah, he's him and Stewart. Yeah.
About once a week, like
yeah. And let's not forget the bonehead play at the beginning of the year when he stepped on the court without anybody telling him to, and he was the sixth person.
Or not leaving the court, and he had two of those
plays I've ever seen. But he's 19. one of those YNs. He got to learn. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back on the other side, I want to talk about some other teams in the league because there's some teams that's catching fire outside our division. So we'll take a quick break. If you're listening, you're going to hear some ads. If you're watching, give us about 10 seconds. And we're back. I've been looking at the standings around the league. There's some teams that are on fire right now. Out of their last 10, we have three teams that have gone 9-1 out of their last 10. Those being Boston, Oklahoma City, and the Houston Rockets. And I'm a little bit surprised by the Houston Rockets. They've been playing good most of the year, but if you at the beginning of the season, I didn't think they would be as good as they are, but they are finding their way. Anybody has shocked you throughout the league though, as far as their play? I know the Clippers are playing some tremendous basketball right now. They're 8-2 out of their last 10, and one of those 10 we lost to them where Harden had 50. And he was hitting everything he threw up. So,
by the way, that was because Beasley was talking trash. He said he was easy to guard, and he gave him 50. Yeah, Beasley. Yeah, Malik. Like someone asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, James Harden, the easiest superstar to guard." And he gave him 50.
He gave him 50. I think he's
probably one of the toughest to guard, isn't he?
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Tate.
Well, that happens because that's why Orlando beat us because Ty Jerome talking smack to Boncaro, he went off.
Boncaro.
Man, just let sleeping dogs lie, man. These young fellas don't understand that.
Yeah, the YN's gonna say something. They're gonna ruin it every time. Hey Tate, who's anybody that caught your attention outside of the division as far as their play lately?
Well, it's not about wins; it's about losses to me.
Okay.
And when I say losses, I mean that boy, the Don, Luka, that lost like about 40 pounds already since he's been a Laker. So, hey, that Joker gonna be ready for the playoffs, man. They was up to the 2 seed. LeBron got hurt. They kind of fell back a little bit, but whoever they play, it's gonna be a difficult out for. So, I'm interested to see. I think they winning against Orlando right now. That game's on TV, and I'm looking at it. But yeah, I'm expecting a little tick back up for the Lakers now that Bron is back. Even though the Bulls belt the ass them the other day, didn't they?
Yeah. The Bulls, yeah, and with LeBron,
yeah,
and with Luka, it was
first game back, but yeah.
I think the score was like 146 to 115.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
But no. To answer your question, actually, no team is really surprising me. I'm just waiting to collect from the homie Pay. He said the Jimmy Butler trade wasn't going to mean nothing for Golden State, and it's meant everything. So, yeah, we got a few more games. They go ahead and lock up that 6 seed, and I don't need to get through the play-in. They just got to make the playoffs at this point, and it's pay up, pay.
Golden State is one of those teams that have gone 8-2 in their last 10. That's crazy. Chicago. Any teams out there impressed y'all?
A reason to buy jewelry? You don't need one. Gift yourself the modern classic piece you've always had your eye on at BlueNile.com. Blue Nile's collection of high-quality diamond jewelry is ready to complement your every look. Show off your elegant taste with a pair of diamond studs, or serve up brilliant style in a traditional tennis bracelet, shipped right to your door. Reward yourself with a piece you've always wanted at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
The Bulls.
I mean, the Bulls have played phenomenal ball the last 10 games for sure.
They have. I want to, and I know this is. I know you said team, but I've been watching Spurs and I've been watching Castle play. It seems like he's gotten the Chris Paul effect, and he is balling like lately.
Yeah.
After the last 2-3 weeks. Chris Paul effect, if you don't know, look back. He's affected SGA. He made him a superstar. He's also helped with Lou Williams, some other guards.
Every team he goes
to, they get better. And
yeah, I mean, you can go back to Tyson Chandler and DeAndre, whatever his name, Jordan. All them guys played their best ball with Chris Paul.
Yeah, even though people don't like him in the locker room,
they don't like him though.
Yeah, but it looks like Stefan Castle is definitely Stefan Castle.
Yeah, Stefan Castle. It's Stefan.
Yeah, but he's taking heed to his ism, so to speak, and he's listening to him. So he's definitely a force in the future.
Yeah. Foster, anybody you noticed that caught your attention?
Well, when I look at people that surprised me in bad ways, I certainly didn't expect for Philly and Phoenix to be as bad as they've been.
Yeah, I was going to say Phoenix too, but you were saying good. I didn't want to.
Yeah. I mean, those are two teams that you would have thought would be in the top four. Like not even like these guys aren't even sniffing the play-in right now. Well, Phoenix is in.
Yeah, they won like 5 in a row, ain't they? Phoenix.
Yeah, 3 in a row. Yeah.
What's the deal with them though?
Yeah, they should be better than what they are.
I mean, Beal. I don't know because KD.
Beal.
They don't play defense. None.
Yeah.
No.
I actually thought with them getting a point guard that they would be in better shape because that was the one thing. That was the one thing they didn't really have last year. They had Booker running point. But yeah, they got Jones and they got Monte Morris. I mean,
Monte, nice.
Yeah, we had high expectations last year, but he was injured the entire year for us, and that was on the hometown, the hometown team. But yeah, I'm like, okay, they're pretty deep at point guard. I mean, Nurkic is serviceable. I mean, how much does he really have to do with Beal, Booker, and Durant? But yeah, I haven't watched that. I can honestly say I haven't watched too much of Phoenix, so I can't say from what I've seen. But I think they split with the Pistons this year. We beat them in Phoenix, and they beat us. They beat us in Detroit. So I don't know.
Pay, you got all these comments. Where are you, bro? Your trip ain't here tomorrow, man.
Probably sitting in the same desk you record at.
Yeah, man. Hit the link. Bring your ass on. Anyway, I think for me, they've been playing well all season, but I got a chance to really sit down and watch OKC play a couple of times, especially versus the Pistons. But they have a bunch of young players that do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
White peas. They got a bunch of white peas. That's what we saying now?
No. I mean, they in Oklahoma City, so they don't classify as YNs. They're not going on in OKC. If they was in any part of the country, they'd be YNs. YPs in Oklahoma. But yeah, they have a bunch of players I didn't even know existed, but they do their thing on the court. Like they have people whenever SGA decides to take a break or take a breather or decides to distribute, they step up and they're looking really good. They are at 59-12, and it's crazy because they have 11 games left, and as good as they are, they could very possibly. I mean, nobody has done it, but they could win 10 games in a row and end with one of the best records, in NBA history. I think that the best record was what, 70-12?
73-9, Golden State. That
73-9.
LeBron took them out.
Lost, yeah. But still, to finish with 60 some odd games, because they're sitting at 59 now. Yeah. If they can finish 69 in 13 or 68 and 14, they're up there with some of the greats. So, and it's going to be a very, very. Can someone on this segment, please, on this show today, explain the play-in? I had a lot of people ask me about it. Can I have one person? I know, Tate, can you explain the play-in, the way they do it? Because I couldn't answer it.
Yeah, it goes by the seed, 10-9, 8-7.
Okay.
7 play 8. The winner get to be the 7th seed in the playoffs. And then the winner of the 9-10 plays, they have to win 2. 9-10 got to win 2 games to get in. 7-8 got to win 1 game. So whoever loses the 7-8 game then play the winner of the 9-10 game, and they become the 8th seed.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Battle of 4 to get to the last 2 spots.
So if you're at 7, you can risk the chance of you actually being less than 7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You might not make it if you 7.
You lose 2 in a
can
row.
actually get bounced out at 7.
Yeah. You only say.
Yeah, you got to lose 2 in a row though.
Yeah.
If you 7 or 8, you got to lose 2 in a row. If you're 9 or 10, you got to win 2 in a row.
I get that, but the way that it's been until they started to play in, when you top 8, you're in there. Now if you top 6,
right,
you're guaranteed. But tops, at 7, you could.
I think it kind of eliminates the number of teams willing to tank when you around that 9, 10, 11, you can actually play to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Teams, now you got to be like 13, 14, 15, like, oh, we may as well tank. You know what I mean? But when you're in that 7 to 11, 12 range, depending on the records, you playing for it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the Bulls are doing. They were at 10 for the longest. They're at 9 now.
Yeah.
We got a chance to be 8, low key.
Yeah. I mean, it's still some basketball to be played. And there could be a lot of, especially on division, there could from 4 down. It could be a change from this week for a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks, it could be different.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I know Cleveland has everything locked up. They're winning the division. They're winning the conference without a question. And I think Boston is going to be number 2 at the end of the day. But that Knicks team, they play whenever they feel like it lately. Anybody know what's going on with the Knicks? Are they healthy or because?
No.
Brunson. Brunson's hurt.
I don't think Brunson doing any on-court stuff yet. So he's still kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, they're 4-6 out of their last 10. They won the last game they played, but they're sitting at the number.
So what's their record, June? I haven't looked at
44-26.
Are y'all really? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, Tate.
No, I was gonna. So who's right behind them in fourth spot?
In the 4th spot, you got the Pacers, and they've won their last 4.
And what's their record? How many losses they got?
The Pacers are sitting at 41-29.
Yeah.
Oh, so if Brunson don't come back, it's possible they could catch him.
Yep.
It looks that way to where they're playing. They have 12 games left, and they can make up a lot of ground in that 12 games.
Is anyone really scared of the Knicks though? I mean, aren't they going to wear down by May?
Well, we wanted to play the Knicks at the 3.
I think y'all can, and I think y'all can beat them.
It just, we've had our problems with Milwaukee and Indiana this year. So
I don't know why y'all struggle with the Pacers, but the Knicks, you can.
Yeah,
they're gonna wear down by the first round. They're gonna be wore out. So
yeah, do you think that the Cat trade was a mistake?
For Minnesota, maybe.
He's from Minnesota. Yeah.
Cat's been pretty good. I think what's been hurting them is the fact that Robinson's been out all year, so they've lost a lot of.
That's normal.
Yeah, it is normal. It is normal.
normal.
It is normal. But Robinson plays. I feel like he's played more as of recently. I don't know. He usually misses. They missed that toughness from Randall, I think.
Yeah,
and they missed that YN that's in OKC.
Yeah, and then Hartenstein. That's
Hartenstein.
The one.
Yeah,
that's what they missed.
But I mean, they gave up like 18 first rounders for your doppelganger, B. Foster. Like they gave up a lot of first round picks. They have no picks till like 2040. I mean, exaggerate, but they gave up a lot of first round picks for you know what I'm saying, Markel Bridges. So
and it's messed up because Brunson took a major pay cut too to make all that happen.
Yep.
Hey, did y'all see that commercial with the Villanova guys in it and DiVincenzo looking all sad?
That was cool. That was kind of cool to see because at first it looked like they was beefing for real. Like,
they had problems. They had problems for a minute.
They did.
I mean, it was messed up because of course Brunson's dad is on the coaching staff, so he was kind of DiVincenzo was kind of popping at him more than anything.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, it's getting personal.
Yeah, it was very personal that day on the court.
I know I'm old because I remember Brunson's dad when he played in college at Temple. I remember that.
Yeah,
I watched him play.
So they always play.
I might be close to his age. I don't know. I might have been like in high school when he was playing in college.
It was Rick Bronson, Aaron McKee, and Eddie Jones.
Wow. I definitely. Yeah, Don Chaney was the coach. Legendary Don Chaney.
Yeah, I was around. I paid attention to that team.
Eddie Jones. Wow, that's a
John. Is John Chaney living? I don't want to put.
I think he passed away.
Passed away. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a nice squad, though. Y'all probably don't remember the cat, June. You might remember Mark Macon.
He's from Saginaw. Yeah, shaking.
Yeah, Mark Macon was like that in college. He wasn't in college like that. Players.
Let me say this because I paid attention to him, man. He had a crazy freshman season. Crazy. He was a freshman sensation. But
he was Craig Mack look himself.
But he was kind of okay the rest of his college career. He played all 4 years.
Didn't he play for Denver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he made it to the league.
Yeah, he made it to the league. He made it to the league. He did well in the tournament as a senior, but he just wasn't the All-American that they thought he was going to be after his freshman year.
Yeah, he was a freshman sensation.
Yeah.
Him and around the same time as J.R. Reed.
Yeah, Dick Vitale.
Hayes boy.
Vitale loved him. Vitale loved shaking, bacon, making.
That's what they called him too,
yeah. Vitale gave him the name. Yeah.
Diaper dandy, baby.
Yeah. I forgot about those terms.
Man, that's when college was lit, though. When
it was.
I like that no more, bro.
NIL
deals and
he called the game though. When Vitale called a college game, when he called a North Carolina Duke game, that was insane.
Yeah, it was back then. It was like Big Monday and Super Tuesday games all the time.
They had Big Monday. Big Monday was a great day for basketball.
Big East.
Syracuse. Yeah, man. I missed the Big East basketball. Yeah. They always had they had so many teams. Like Georgetown was good. Syracuse was good.
St. John's, Villanova.
Yeah.
Georgetown in the tournament?
Yeah, it was in the no, they make the tournament.
Pittsburgh sometimes. Was Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh was good a lot of times. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, with Charles Smith and my boy, who broke the rim?
Charles Smith.
Jerome Lane.
Jerome Lane, yeah.
Go down, Jerome.
More Dick Vitale, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
There was times when Providence was good in the beginning.
Yeah, Sham guy.
Yeah,
Seton Hall.
That's back when Rick Pitino coached them.
Yeah.
Providence.
Yeah, Seton Hall was good at times. I mean,
they won a chip.
Who that?
PJ Carlesimo back in the late 80s? Like,
yeah, they did.
Wait, was Georgia Tech? Was that ACC?
Yeah,
or Big?
That's ACC.
Georgia Tech was ACC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they was nice though with Kenny Anderson, Dennis 3D, and
Marbury went there, right?
Y'all talking about all these guys? Y'all had the Flint boys. Y'all had Mo Pete and
yeah, but that's 2000 though. That's way up.
That's my era.
Okay, my bad.
We're not going to talk Michigan State basketball right
now. Let's get into that.
Let's move on from there. Expeditiously.
Anywho,
the ACC, as you mentioned, Foster, they had a crazy run in the 90s, and like Duke, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, NC State, Wake Forest,
Maryland, Lynn Bias, them boys.
Yeah, I mean, those divisions.
Juan Dixon, Steve Blake.
Getting back to the 2000s, but they were dogs. They weren't cheap.
Lonnie Baxter and all them.
Yeah.
Grievous Vasquez.
Lonnie Baxter got in trouble out here. He's a doughboy. He might still be locked down. Then Grievous Bass, we had the same barber for a few years, about 15 years ago. He was coming out of Maryland. He was going to go to the league, but he never last long. Now he do TV for the Wizards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go around the room. I mean, it's obvious about me and Foster. Who was your college teams, basketball teams? Well, I know you're Ohio State, right, Tate?
Yeah, man, but I get to pick some others. I got to have a tournament team.
No. I knew you were a Scooney Penn fan and
Evan Turner.
Evan Turner.
Yeah,
Greg Oden.
Oden. He went to a chip. Him and Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Conley.
Then June boys, the Fab Five, put my boy Jim Jackson out. We had a great team that year.
August, both times we played them too during the regular season.
Yeah, we BTA y'all. Then y'all beat us in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, we beat y'all when it counted. Guys, you got. I know Tate. I know Pay is a North Carolina fan. I don't know why, but yeah, he's a North Carolina fan. Foster, Spartans. You can pick another team besides OSU, Tate. Who'd you like?
No, it's not my favorite team. I'm just gonna tell you who I picked to win the whole thing. I picked Alabama to win it. So that's my sleeper on y'all. Okay. Mark Seals and the wee boy, Nelson. Yeah, I'm looking for them. They gonna put Duke out. Duke will get up out of here by them.
That's a good segue because June, you was asking, going around and saying who's your team.
Yeah.
Before Duke gets put out, Zona is going to put out, and that's been my team.
Well, I can believe that. I didn't pick that, but I can believe that.
Zona's your team.
Zona's I am a big Mike Bibby the GOAT fan.
They have had some squads over the years.
Squads.
They never do like.
Watch him out.
I'm just saying. I don't trust West Coast teams in general. I don't think a team west of the Mississippi is won since '98 or something like that. Like it's been.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It's been that long.
That's what I think. I think I heard that. I mean, when's the last time?
UCLA won.
Yeah, they had
in '95.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think
the O'Bannon boys. Zona won like 98, 99.
Now, do you recall the Damon Stoudemire, Khalid Reeves teams?
Yeah,
man,
they were ballers.
I love them. Miles Simon and they.
I got to show my age again. I go back to Sean Elliott and Steve Kerr, man. Come on now.
They used to chant Steve Kerr's name like. Then they played in Tucson. Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
It was crazy. One of
the coolest things about one of the things I gravitated towards Zona is like being a sneakerhead, and that when Bibby rocked the pennies before penny, that was like the foam pocket. That was the coldest thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, what he got on his feet? And the rest is history. I was a little kid.
Didn't they beat Utah, Keith Van Horn in the championship? That's who they beat, right?
No, they beat Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean Elliott.
That might have been Mashburn. Was that Mashburn?
No, that might have been Tony Dell. No.
Oh, Tony Dell.
I don't know. I edit. I'm not certain.
Masburn the Fab 5 age.
Yeah, we
beat back a little bit.
We put them out the tournament too.
Hey, I got a question for June. Y'all still got those banners up?
Yeah.
Y'all got those banners up?
Yeah.
For the Fab 5?
Yeah.
They ain't taking them away.
Okay. I thought they took them away.
We put them boys back up.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you stole them back like OJ. All right.
When NCAA come through, they take them down for a few days.
The most influential team in basketball, baby. The Fab 5.
Because for years I never heard of the Fab 5. I never heard of y'all.
We still out here.
Yeah, I heard of Fab 4. I know about Jimmy Jackson, Jalen, and Ray, and Juwan. I ain't never heard about Weber at Michigan.
No, man, we cool, man. Everything good, man.
He can't even go on campus no more. He's
been back though. He's
been back.
Sneak around.
You know, Juwan.
Jalen Rose just said that's not on campus though. He just said on the broadcast yesterday. He was doing the game last night, whichever game was close. Mm-hmm. They said, if Michigan make it to the where they play Michigan State, you know where I will be in. And 4 other guys known as the Fab 5. We all gonna be there together, but that's not on campus. So,
Michigan, and I hate to say it, Michigan is not gonna get past Auburn. I'm just gonna be honest.
Auburn looked suspect last game. I mean, they pulled away, but I didn't realize Johnny Broome was such a defensive liability. His stock might have dropped how he looked yesterday defensively.
His stock dropped. When was it up? He's like 25 years old.
Nah, he was
player of the year. They were saying though.
Yeah, he was going into the year.
That don't mean nothing in college.
Don't mean nothing in college no more. Now it's all about your youth. Like if he was 19, but he older than Ron Holland. You know what I mean?
Bro, Ron Holland younger than a lot of dudes.
Ron Holland's one of them YNs.
Yes. But I mean, you can't be 26 in the NCAA and dominating. It just don't work for as far as NBA prospects. You're not gonna be
you like that kid that got held back that just keep trying to play with the reclassify.
I guess I put up a pay comment. Gonzaga. Go to hell, pay. Gonzaga has had some teams though. I was talking about Sean Morrison the other day. Like he was
cat legend.
Yeah, he was sensational as Gonzaga, but he
was Adam Morrison.
Oh, Adam Morrison. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was sensational, but he just
sounded right.
He was.
Yeah. It is what it is, though. He got to the league and was Jordan
messed him and Kwame Brown up.
Yeah,
I don't think it took much to mess up Kwame.
Hey, dude, be careful. Kwame might see this and he will come for you.
No, I mean, it was more to it than Jordan, though. I mean, it was his surroundings. I mean, you the number 1 pick and you go to the worst team in the league.
Gilbert wasn't helping him.
Yeah, and his teammates. It wasn't Jordan. I mean, I'm not,
But everybody when they leave the Jordan team, they had their best year. Look, Rip Hamilton left. Jerry Stackhouse was there and got terrible. Kwame Brown was terrible.
You got to look at where Rip Hamilton went to, though. He walked into a good situation.
Adam Morrison only played 3
at the time. It might not have been considered that.
Hey, Foster, I don't need nobody to go against the grain, brother. Stay with me on it now.
Charlotte.
I understand the Sparty stuff. When we talking Pistons, we are united, brother.
Yeah.
Adam Morrison played 3 years, 2 chips. That's crazy.
He got 2 chips.
Yeah, with the
Lakers. With the Lakers, he was sitting in Shaq and Kobe bench.
Yeah. Oh
wow! You go to the right situation, you can get a trophy with the right situation.
Yeah, I think Mbanga had a couple championships.
Yeah, I think
Chuck Nevitt had a couple with
Chuck Nevitt, big, tall, skinny,
5, 7,
stick looking.
I don't think he ever got in the game as a Piston, but he got a couple championships.
What's the name got Darko got a chip, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Darko got a chip.
Yeah.
He was on y'all bench.
But he calls them all the other chips though.
Tate, that's enough out of you.
If they went with Melo, look on that dynasty would have went for the Pistons.
Melo never won a ring though.
Tate, we're not
because he didn't get drafted by the Pistons.
Tate,
he had a long career.
We're bringing up old stuff, Tate. We're not talking about.
We're talking about the Central Division team, Joe.
We're not talking about Darko, bro. Okay. We'll talk. I hate that happened. True, but you have to look at it though. Do you go out and get Rasheed if you drafted Carmelo?
Was that after they got Rasheed? After? I mean, like Rasheed was there already.
She was there.
But do you draft Melo if you got Rasheed, or do you go guard, or do you go?
Man, just like I'm sure you say to your Detroit Lions people, BPA. That's what you do.
Best player available.
Best player.
Yes.
I don't tell my Lions that. I always pick wrong. But I'm saying, like, do you? Like, I'm saying, like, if you have the Pistons, right, and you're drafting, you're going big, and you say, okay, I'm going to get Darko to play along Ben Wallace when Ben Wallace has already been your best center. And you say, do you go ahead and get Melo to pay? I mean, do you get Melo in there in the mix, or?
I personally think that roster, you had Ben Wallace, Rasheed, Prince, Rip, and Chauncey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Melo would have been a perfect 6-man because you could move Rasheed up to center, then put Tayshaun and Melo could play together. You could take Rasheed out, put Ben Wallace in. It would have been interchangeable for a long time.
Can I play devil's advocate? Would Melo adhere to Larry Brown's pimping, his coaching?
Allen Iverson did.
Allen Iverson didn't listen to Larry Brown. Yeah, do you really think AI listened to Larry Brown? So
he had his best seasons under him.
But you got to remember that's pick number 2. Do they go elsewhere? Do they go?
Well, they could have got Wade.
That's what I'm saying.
Wade was still behind Melo and Bosh and Darko. If you look at it, he wasn't looked at as D Wade.
Yeah, Wade was 4. Yeah, Pistons picked 2.
Yeah,
right.
He's saying as far as stock.
LeBron went 1. Yeah,
LeBron went. But I'm saying, would Melo at least he adhere to Larry Brown? Because Larry Brown is rough.
I think he would, man. I mean, Melo. I don't think Melo didn't like clown coaches. You know what I mean? Rick, what's his name? The dude from North Carolina, George Karl. Yeah, he wasn't really a good players coach. And who Melo played for when he went to the Knicks? Who was the Knicks coach? I don't even remember who that was.
Phil Jackson? No.
No, it was
Brown.
Woodson.
I
mean,
Mike Woodson. Yeah,
Mike Woodson was there. Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean,
nobody respected Mike Woodson. No. He liked Mike Brown.
Without as many wins. He doing all right in Indiana now, though. He found his niche in his alma mater.
I think he about to.
He's gone though.
Yeah,
he's not coaching there.
He got canned.
No, I think he left on his own.
He left. Yeah.
He finished the rest of the season.
Yeah, he left Indiana University. Is that still a good job? University.
Yeah, it's still a good job.
Really?
Where you go?
No, I'm saying the Hoosier job. Is that still a good basketball?
Oh yeah, it's brand basketball. You get the right coach there, they win some games and can recruit.
Yeah, they've had some good players.
People want to go to Indiana still.
They get some players. They still get.
Yeah, they just had a draft pick. Isn't that where Khalil Ware went?
Ware played in Indiana.
Name me someone else besides Calvert Chaney.
Oladipo.
Good one, False.
Comeback.
But that was a while ago.
The boy that played for Gold State, Dale Davis kid.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Anunoby. OG Anunoby went there.
Yeah.
Jackson Davis.
Oh.
Anunoby went to Indiana. I mean, if they get a good coach, they can get some talent.
So that's a good job. That's a top 10 job.
No, we didn't say top 10 job.
They didn't make the tournament this year. Notice that.
I just wanted to know if that job is.
Ohio State didn't make the tournament either.
Well,
hey, we don't gotta go there, Joe. Right? Is that what we saying?
Still a good job though.
Scooney
That's a football school though.
Through that door. Lawrence Funderburk's not walking through that door.
Lawrence Funderburk used to get down versus the Fab Five, man. I couldn't stand him.
Jimmy Jackson.
Lawrence Funderburk was a dog though.
Yeah, he was. Jimmy Jackson.
Jimmy Jackson used to play against my high school. He was a senior. I was a sophomore, and they the Fab Five used to come to my school all the time with your boy Steve Fisher trying to recruit my boy Greg Simpson, was Mr. Basketball 2 times and McDonald All-American. But he was a freshman the year after Weber in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got kicked out of Ohio State and went to West Virginia. But he was a dog. He was and back then used to be the 5-star camps. He was giving like Iverson, Jason Kidd the business in them camps and stuff. But he never made it to the league though.
That point guard named Baker too. He was cold.
Mark Baker, Dayton Dunbar. Yeah, he was nice. Not league worthy though.
Yeah, but he was a good college football.
Yeah, he was a good college player.
Yeah.
The dude that played back then, Jamal Brown, he just recently passed away. Like about a year ago. He played the 2 guard. Jimmy played the 3. Thunderberg and the big boy Perry Carter. One of them dudes was like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a time. What a time.
What a time.
Well, fellas, that about does it for tonight's show. Tate, if you want to, we'll go around the room and you can have some closing statements. You can tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on if you like, or, if you have anything else to, say, go ahead. Now's the time to do it. We'll start with Tate.
Appreciate it, June and Foss and the hip hop team. But I think, man, and I'm saying I don't want to confuse y'all names with each other. I mean, I see the SLHH, but I would if I remember who was who, I would call y'all by name, but it's a lot easier when the name bar is up there.
I've been saying Chicago. I just
yeah, that'll work.
Because I see SLHH and I say sex, love, and hip hop. I'm like,
street life and hip hop. Yeah, that's not it. But nah, man, I just want to say thanks for having me. We do this. We get together on these things every Monday. But just thanks for hosting, June. I had to check. Oh yeah, you was forced into it by Tommy Boy.
Yeah,
that's pay. But yeah, man. You can find me. Check me out on audio podcast. That's Rather Cavalier. FFSN. That's Rather Cavalier. I dropped one today. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland had a cover shoot interview for Slam. We uploaded that and talked about that briefly on there. Talked about the Cavs getting off the losing streak yesterday. So check that out. That's in rotation right now on That's Rather Cavalier at Fans First Sports Network. You can also catch me on the Fans First Sports Network and Steel Curtain Network. Couple of shows. The Homies and the Homies Overtime on Friday nights. That's with me, the homie Pay, my boy Big G and B Dirt. We do that Friday nights from 8 to 10. Check that out. Wednesday, I do Pump Your Break podcast. This is all Steelers podcast. The Homies podcast, like AFC North and Overtime, we talk about any and everything. Who knows what we talk about? This past week, people was in the live chat talking about, because we got to talk about wrestling back in the day, like WrestleMania 2 and all that stuff. They're like, why don't y'all just talk about ballet? Like, man, we was talking about the best spring sports, and WrestleMania always happens in the spring. I didn't pick it. Pay, another guy brought it up, but yeah, so that's one of their favorite spring sports. But yeah, check me out Wednesday and Sundays, the Know-It-Alls on the Know-It-All channel. Check it out. We talked about March Madness men and women's yesterday. We had ex-college basketball player Princess Tate on there. Cousin of mine played D1 basketball, Old Dominion University, giving her takes on the women's tournament, the women's game. She knows a lot about basketball. That's yesterday's episode. Check it out. This Sunday, the Know-It-Alls podcast, we got Dallas Cowboys offensive tackle Tyler Guyton joining us on the show to talk about his journey from college to the pros via Oklahoma Sooners. So He'll be on this Sunday at 6. Check that out. Tap into it and get with us. And again, thanks for having me, fellas. Appreciate it.
No problem. Chicago.
Hey, I'm Ricky Suede. That's Zeke. So
Ricky and Zeke. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Ricky, always sit on the right so I remember. Ricky Wright, and I got it.
You can catch us on IG, Sports Life and Hip Hop, YouTube, Sports Life and Hip Hop. Just type it out; it'll come up. This week, we gotta record on Wednesday. Our format, we pretty much random talk. We trash talk with each other. We go to different areas. So we just interviewed a caterer, Black entrepreneur. She is in Chicago. She startup. She cooks for some notables, some actors, and around town. For the most part, we might pop up in your city one day and just start talking to people. That's us, Sports Life and Hip Hop. So we appreciate coming on here because we're very knowledgeable in the NBA. As y'all know by now, we watch all the time, every day, all day. Sports is our life. So appreciate being on.
Oh man, appreciate you for being here. Foster, you got any closing words?
Yeah, be on the lookout. Me and Coach got a opening day episode probably coming up on Wednesday after the NFC North show, talking about the Tigers with all the injuries we're having and all the roster shakeup. So, special time of year in April when the Pistons, the Red Wings, the Tigers are all active and hopefully, contending for the playoffs. Well, obviously the Tigers are just starting, but
yeah,
the Pistons and Red Wings are certainly in contention. So,
hey, Foss, real quick, my boy that do the podcast with he run the Cincinnati Bengals podcast, Running Through the Jungle too. My boy B Dirt be on the homies with us. He's a huge Tigers fan and a Red Wings fan. I don't know if you need somebody, might be interested in somebody guessing sometime or help you out sometimes when needed. I think he'd be available and be a good person. That's all. Shout out B Dirt. He been in Vegas for the first weekend of March Madness. He probably home by now, but he a gambler like that. That's why him and Pay. If you seen Pay Dirt podcast, they talk about gambling and stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Hey, B False in June, by the way. I'm a big New York Mets fan. When y'all play the Tigers in September, I will be hollering at y'all. It will be some little wager going on.
Okay.
Hell going down in Queens. Okay. All right. Pay says, just finished my 12-hour morning routine. Go to hell, Pay.
I don't know what that means.
You can catch me and Foster, Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. Also, in all the aggregators, anywhere you can listen to an audio podcast, you can find us. You can type in Postgame Podcast, FFSN for basketball. That's Detroit Pistons basketball. You can type in Bleachers and Speakers, FFSN. That's for Detroit Lions football. And Corner to Copa, FFSN for Detroit Tigers baseball. Fellas, we've had a good show. I appreciate you guys.
False. Or June, can I ask a question real quick?
Absolutely.
Because I can't remember what's the name of y'all NFC North podcast?
It is Bleachers and Speakers.
Oh, you talking about
the one y'all do all together?
Oh, that's Who Will Be Kings. Who will be
Kings? Okay. Yeah.
Who Will Be King? That's when we collab on Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll have a show tomorrow on Wednesday, or we have a Bears representative. We have a Minnesota Vikings representative, and you have us. We do not have a Green Bay representative for the show. We had one, but had some difficulties with that, and we'll talk about that off air. But that was the way Pay hate. I bet Pay said something behind the scenes to make him go away. The way he hate on the Packers. Actually, there was something on the scenes that happened, and I'll explain that. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel on here. You can get, you can get up to speed with the Central Division, man. Peace.
All right.